Well, good morning, everybody. It's Larry Steinhaus, and I am the Crazy Options Trader. How cool is this? Netflix. Did you see what Netflix did yesterday? Wow, I'm like shocked. I never actually would have expected Netflix to. Well, I expected Netflix to grow. I didn't expect an overnight 10-point pop, but that's fine. It is what it is. It's great. Actually, the funny part was a couple of weeks ago, I made money on the puts on Netflix. It dropped temporarily. I pulled out. And I said, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna see where it goes after earnings. I'm just surprised where it went. But here's the cool part about Netflix. Now, if you were watching a couple of days ago, I made my FAT play, my Facebook, Apple, Twitter play. And I personally think that the Netflix pop is going to help my FAT play. I think it's going to be great, especially for Facebook. By the way, I'm expecting Facebook to beat earnings. I'm expecting Facebook to go up. My guesstimate for Facebook at the end of earnings is about 138 to 140. And look, it doesn't matter if it happens or not, because if you know how I'm working it, I have my options held till June. So it doesn't matter if it goes down or not. You know, my rules will say to keep it and not to worry about it. So that's what I'm doing with that. By the way, if you missed the webinar last night, I had so many people on this webinar last night. They all wanted help with learning how to do what I'm doing. I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you really want to see the replay, you can see the replay. Do me a favor, just in the comments say, I want to see the replay. And I will be more than happy to put the link to the replay inside your instant messenger. I don't want to broadcast it out onto all of Facebook, because personally, you know, I just don't want to give it to everybody. I want to give it to people who ask for it. So if you ask me for it, just put a comment in the comment box that you want to see it, and I will give you the link for the replay. It was really good. It talks about stock options and how to make some money in the stock market with stock options, and it's free, so you can watch it for free. There's nothing there. Like I said, there's nothing there that you have to worry about. It's a great webinar. Actually, I got a lot of great comments. I had people call me afterwards saying how great it was. So if you want to do it, just again put it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to show you what we talked about last night. So what are we doing today? So here's what's going on. I just want to show you the board, because the board's changing slightly. As you can see, I've got a question mark for Facebook as a seller. I don't know when to sell it right now. Well, because I've got my options to June, it doesn't matter. I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to actually hold it over earnings. Now remember that my rule is I don't buy options over earnings. In other words, I'm not buying to gamble on earnings, but I'm buying over the next earnings, not this one, but June. So actually, so basically, it's actually March, April would be when the next earnings are. But I've got so much time to make up, and Facebook is it's a skyrocketing stock. It just keeps going like this every year. So I'm expecting the same. And as a matter of fact, I'm expecting a big jump today only because of what happened with Netflix. I'm hoping Apple does the same. I'm a little nervous about Apple. We'll see what Apple does. But again, I've got time, so I'm not worried about it. Not a big deal. The earnings date on Apple is 131. Personally, I think Apple's going to do well. We already know that the watch is a disaster. Nobody really. I mean, look, I bought one. A couple of people bought one. I stopped wearing it. Frankly, I like my Rolex better. But other people are doing other things. They're buying their watches. So I saw a bunch of people buy at Christmas time, but everybody's expecting no one to be buying the watch. So if anybody bought the watch, it's a good thing for Apple. But if no one bought the watch, no one's going to care. The iPhone, look, Samsung blew it. They totally blew it. In fact, I've been seeing people with iPhones that were Samsung junkies. They said, I would never own an iPhone. And now they have iPhones. So this, to me, tells me that there's something good going on here with Apple. I actually think Apple's going to exceed earnings, surprise everybody, and pop. It's due anyway. So I like Apple, again, long term, so it doesn't matter. Netflix, I just wiped it off because I don't know where it's going to go now. I need to wait a couple of weeks to see what Netflix is going to be doing, because I can't really play it right now because it just did a big pop, and I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to end 8 or 10 points higher today. It could keep going. It could not keep going. Personally, if you saw my video a couple of weeks ago, I think Netflix is so incredibly overpriced that it makes no sense to me. But hey, I don't care. This is how the stock market works. Nothing makes any sense. Of course, Chesapeake, we're just kind of sitting there. Chesapeake's been sitting at 7, nothing really going on there. So if any of these numbers happen, it's good. Twitter, I told you my feeling about Twitter. I think Twitter has been brought back to life by Donald Trump. Now, as long as he doesn't say something like, well, now that I'm in office, I'm never going to tweet again, I think Twitter has legs. As long as he doesn't say it, we'll be fine. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who wish he would say it. I don't care. But a lot of people, both Democrats and Republicans, say, please stop tweeting. But you want to know the truth? I think it's brilliant. I think it's the most brilliant method for a president to talk to his country is through Twitter. I know you think it's insane, but it's really the truth. I think it's a brilliant move for him. In fact, I reactivated my Twitter account at Larry Steinhaus. So feel free to Twitter me, however that works. To be honest with you, I haven't been on Twitter in 5 years. I was looking through it going, now I know why I haven't been on Twitter in 5 years. Shh, I didn't say that. Get on Twitter. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Anyway. And of course, Ford. Ford, I'm looking for a little bit more of a drop. I've got a couple of plays in here. I'm pretty much break-even play right now. But I was hoping it would go to 1150, and it didn't. So it is what it is. Again, if you want to hear more about stock options trading, I will be more than happy to help you with stock options trading. You make big bucks in stock options trading. As you know, last year I made $255,000. Over the last 2 years, over $400,000. So it's real. I'm telling you, folks, it's real. A lot of people don't believe me, but it's real. On the webinar last night, I talked about how I have 2 other accounts for people that I've been playing with, practicing with, just to show people that you can make money with little amounts of money. I have one account that started out with 1,000. It's up about 50%. I have another account that started out with 9,200, and it's up to about 15,000. Both of those accounts are less than 6 months old. So yes, this does work. Again, if you want to see the webinar, please put in the comments that I'd like to see the webinar or something like that, or show me the webinar, whatever you want to do. You put in whatever you want. And I will send you an IM with a link to the replay of the webinar. And that's the only way you're going to get it from me if you haven't already signed up. So make sure you also go to the website, www.crazyoptionstrader.com, and download the free ebook.